Hi, this is Laura Whitmore with Acoustic Nation, and I'm here today with the wonderful and amazing Tommy Emmanuel.
Oh, hi, Laura.
Hello.
I'm a bit hoarse today. I slept in the stables last night. So.
Well, don't do that again. We don't want to know why that happened.
No. Okay.
So we're really excited to have you here today.
Thanks, and thanks for what you're doing for acoustic guitar music and for acoustic guitar players around the world. This is a really great opportunity and a fantastic format.
Thank you very much.
And all those checks you've been sending me,
yeah.
just got paid.
So tell me, I know you've been touring a lot
Yeah.
and recording, so tell me a little bit about what you've been working on.
Well, I just finished a long tour. We toured here in the United States, and then we went to Iceland and Germany and France and Italy and Russia and Latvia and places like that.
So no Antarctica? Or?
I haven't got to Antarctica yet, no. I've been getting a pretty cold reception down there. Boom. And then we did Canada. We did a bit over 2 weeks in Canada, which was beautiful. And I got home to Nashville. I live here in the United States now. And I got home and went straight in the studio and started recording a lot of my new stuff. So I'll have a new solo album coming. I'm hoping to get it finished before the end of this year. And at the moment I'm on tour. I'm playing here in New York, and I've just done Annapolis and 3 nights at B.B. King's here in New York, and now we're heading to Virginia, and I'm all over the place. You know, people always ask me, you know, why do you tour so much? How come you play so much? And it's like, I'm trying to get good at this. And this is what you do. You work at it. How else are you going to get any good? I
think you might be good.
Well, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, like everything else, you know.
That's great. So I just want to take you way back to the beginning for a minute, because I was reading your bio.
We're being time travelers now.
We're being time travelers, and I read that your mom influenced you to play the guitar, and I thought that was really cool, because usually people say it's their dad or their brother or something. So tell me about that.
Yeah, my mom was the driving force in my young life. There's no doubt about that. And she loved music, and she saw something in me when I was very little, by the fact that I couldn't stand still when there was music on, and I used to walk into the laundry so I could dance with the washing machine when the washing machine was going. And she said that when I was a baby that I wouldn't sleep unless she put music on, so she knew that something was up, you know. And then she got a guitar for me and showed me how to play D and A and G and all that, and it worked so well. I took to it like as Forrest Gump would say, like a duck in water. and my brothers and sisters and I all played together as a family.
Oh, cool.
So it was really a family thing. It was music for the family to play together, and all our neighbors used to come over every weekend, and we'd play in the lounge room and fill the house with people, and that's how we got started.
So smart woman, she got you to focus that energy.
Well, I think so, and I think it just came natural to me anyway. But when I heard Chet Atkins on the radio, I had one of those moments where I didn't know what I was hearing, but I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Whatever that was for me. And it was such a beautiful sound. Chet was playing this. And it was just such a beautiful sound, and that drove me crazy, you know, and I had to try and figure out what he was doing. I could hear that he was playing everything at once. I just didn't know how to do it yet, you know, and I had to figure it out, because no one was doing it in Australia. I figured it out on my own. So.
Yeah. Wow. So let's talk about Chet for a minute, because you worked closely with him.
I was like a son to him, and he was really like a daddy to me. And when I first wrote to him, I was only 11 when I first wrote to him, and he wrote back. He sent me a photograph signed to me, you know, black and white picture of him, and he's got a Perry Como jacket and Gretsch guitar. And then I sent him tapes of me playing, and he wrote back very encouraging letters to me. which was really nice. And then in 1980, I made the pilgrimage here to America and came to Nashville specifically to meet him, and we played together. And then I came to New York so I could see Buddy Rich. That was the other guy I wanted to see. And I saw Buddy play 3 times in one day, 3 shows I went to. It was unbelievable. So that was my first trip to America, and it blew my mind. It really did. And I thought, whatever I can do to get back here, that's what I got to do. So I really got to work when I got back, and I signed a deal with MCA, who owned Universal Pictures, and then I came to LA as a songwriter, and I learned the craft of songwriting from stealing ideas from everybody I met, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you recorded an album with Chet, right?
Yeah,
which I read was his last album that he recorded.
That's right. Yeah, well, we didn't know it was going to be his last recording, but that's how it turned out, because he had a brain cancer. But the album was called The Day Fingerpickers Took Over the World, and it was a takeoff of Dave Pomeroy's The Day Bass Players Took Over the World. Okay. Dave was doing this song. He was doing his little one-man thing where he plays the bass and talks about bass players, and so Chet changed it and said, why don't we make it Fingerpickers? So we did, you know. And when he called me about recording, I started writing songs immediately and sending tapes to each other and all that. So also, after Chet passed away, I got a chance to finish some of the songs that we never finished together, where he wrote parts and I wrote parts and I put them together. So a year after he died, I finished one of the songs and played it and recorded it as a tribute to him. And I thought, what can I do a year after he passed? What can I do to celebrate his life today? And then I remembered those tapes, and I got them out, and I found this melody, and I thought, well, that's what I can do. I can write a song with him after he's gone.
Oh, wow, I'm getting emotional.
It's true.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Yeah, he sent me this tape, and he didn't have a title or anything, and he said, this is kind of like a fiddle tune, and so he sent me a tape of him playing this. That's what I had, like a little fiddle tune. So I figured a way of... Right, so I got that far, and then I had to write a bridge. So... and so forth, you know. Then I did a key change with it, and I used every songwriter's trick in the book to make that little song interesting, you know. Second time around, changed the chords. So forth. And so I called it, I played it for a couple of friends of mine, and I said, what does it sound like to you? And they said, it sounds like a ramble. So I called it Chet's Ramble.
Okay.
It's rambling, you know.
That's neat.
Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff I like to get up to, you know.
Right. That's awesome.
And I always carry this guitar in a zip bag on my shoulder, because a lot of times I end up writing songs in airports, you know. And in fact, I wrote a tune once called Waiting for a Plane.
Hey, you take advantage of every speck of time there.
That's exactly it, yeah.